Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is going on, Just the Bet Slips family? Professor Parley with Poolside Pat on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that are watching us today.
Sure.
In an unlikely turn yesterday, I went 7 for 8 on those 8 World Cup bets, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, I would like to take partial credit for that.
Yeah, I saw you posted that earlier. I mean, the only one was the guy who didn't score a goal. Nobody scored a goal in that game. He had 3 shots on goal, had very good chances to score. They had, I think it was 20-something shots on goal, which was like a record without scoring. That goalie was just on fire in that game. Both goalies were, obviously, which is why it went 0-0. But that was the only miss for the day. We did sweat the Germany one because they scored the game-winning goal in extra minutes, which helped us win that one. But overall, we gained units on that. The Paul Skeens ladder got 7 and 8, so you didn't lose money on that. I made a little bit of money because if you listen to me and you bet 2 units on 7, and then 1 on 8, 9, and 10, then you would have profited a little bit off of it. So those were good. Hit the strikeout parlay. Unfortunately, for some reason, Evaldi got moved from yesterday to today, and I don't know why. It was this happened earlier in the week with Soriano, where they had him listed and then they moved him to the next day. I don't know what's going on with that, but
I've never understood that.
It's the second time I've seen it, and it's been within a week with 2 different teams. I don't know what's causing that to happen. I don't know if it's a glitch in the matrix or what's going on, but he is pitching today. So
usually, that must just be something they see pregame.
Yeah, it's got to be. I don't know. It's weird. The Angels did it, like I said, with Soriano right the day before he started. They had him listed. They then literally like an hour before the game, they took him away and then moved him to the next day. And they did the same thing yesterday with Evaldi, what Texas did with Evaldi, and then put McGore in. I don't know what it's about, but it's messed me up twice now. So, but we do have him today, so you will see him pretty soon. That being said, I will jump in to the thing that keeps us from getting sued, which is our disclaimer. Number 1, we are not professional gamblers. This show is for fun entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford and only bet what you can afford to lose. Lastly, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help. If you need it, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, we're not professional gamblers, but we do our research. We do stats. We try to give you the best possible bets. Kind of like yesterday, the amount of resets that I did on soccer, because I don't know soccer, was a lot, but that's why we went 7 for 8, I think. So it's always nice when it comes through. Please gamble responsibly, set limits, make sure you have an amount that you're willing to lose for the month and stay within that limit, and then you'll be okay. But if you do have an issue, call gamble, because gambling can be addictive. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. They'll get you the help you need. We are not affiliated or sponsored by any specific sports book, but we are affiliated with our number 1 sponsor, which is Nevin Eyewear. They are polarized. This is my I call them the Roscoe Pete Jenkins. They're really the Roscoe Jams. And they are polarized. They are kind of risk-free, because if you lose them, damage them, scrape them, whatever, and you need to get them replaced, they will replace them for free. Just fill out a claim form online, and you get them replaced. If you use our link in our link tree on X, you will be able to get 30% off 1 pair or buy 1, get 2 free. So if you're buying a prescription pair, go ahead and use that 30% off. If you're not, go ahead and use the buy 1, get 2 free. Either way, you're going to get free shipping, because anything over $50, you get free shipping. So go on ahead, click on that link, let them know we sent you, get your pairs, use that discount, and you will love them too, just like we do here at Just the Bet Slips. That is never odd or even. I know Pat loves them. He wears them literally every day.
This is actually exactly what I wore to work. So I'm rocking Nevin. So there you go.
And the only time I don't wear them is on the golf course because I have prescription sunglasses and they replace my regular glasses when I'm on the golf course. And I haven't ordered any prescription Nevins yet, which I need to. But that is the only time I don't wear them. Otherwise, I will wear them because without them, I would be semi-blind on the golf course, and we don't need that. Yeah. I have a hard enough time playing golf as it is, much less if I can only half see.
Exactly.
But we're not affiliated with a sports book. We are affiliated with Playvo, which is like a sports book. They are a challenge system, which essentially if you buy a package ranging from $30 all the way up to $500, use the code JTBS and you will get 10% off. If you buy that $30 package for $27 with our code, you will get a $1,000 bankroll to bet with. You have to complete 2 challenges. The first challenge is 10% profit before 10% losses. If you beat challenge 1, you move on to challenge 2, which is you have to get to 15% profit before 10% losses. If you complete challenge 2, you move on to the funded stage, which you can cash out up to 70% up profit up to that point and going forward. Or you can use the Blitz system, which is a 1 challenge system, costs the same. Only difference is you have to do 25% profit before 10% losses. Then you move on to the funded stage where you can cash out 70% of profit up to that point going forward. It's not an easy system. There are many other rules, regulations. Check out Playvo. They have a 2-minute video that kind of explains it a little bit better than I did. But check out Playvo. They will. It's a good way to turn a small amount of money into a large bankroll if you make smart bets every day. If you're looking for a best bet for today, I'm going to run back this Nathan Eovaldi. Hopefully he actually is pitching today. I don't know what that deal was yesterday, but if he does pitch today, I love him for 6+ strikeouts at -108. He's hit 6+ strikeouts in 7 of his last 8 games. He's facing San Diego, that's 18th in strikeouts, averaging 8.44 times per game that they strike out. And then over the last 3 games, they struck out 9 times per game in the last 3. So they're striking out more. However, they even regardless of the 9, they're striking out over 8 times. If Eovaldi gets 6-7 innings, he's clearly going to get to 6 strikeouts. It's what he does. So I like him, and especially the fact that we're getting pretty close to even money, and that's without a boost. This is just straight up the way it was at -108. So we're running Nathan Eovaldi back today since he didn't pitch yesterday. Shout out to the next team. Happy Father's Day again, anybody who's coming in since you're just coming in. I think we had 2 people get scratched off the 6-pack hit ladder. If you did round robin them though, we hit 3 of the 4 that didn't get scratched. The only one that didn't hit, I think, was Jordan Alvarez, which is kind of wild because you wouldn't expect him to be the guy that cost you. But so the round robin yesterday for the World Cup was profitable. The round robin for the hit parlay, it would have been kind of breaking even because of two guys getting scratched. And then the ladder bet would have been slightly profitable since they hit 7 and 8. He literally had 2 strikes for the 9th strikeout, and the guy just got a piece of it and popped it up. And the fact that he got to 8 when he only was at 4 at 68 pitches, I didn't think he was going to get there. And then he mowed down 4 strikeouts, 4 guys in the last 2 innings, and kind of he was all over the place with his control yesterday. The fact he got 8 strikeouts and only gave up 2 runs in a game where he couldn't control the ball is kind of wild too. But they also got hosed in that game, by the way. That might have been the worst call I've ever seen in my life to cost a team a game. All 4 of those umpires should be fined or suspended for that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if anybody watched that game, but I watched the ending and I still can't believe what I saw.
The Rockies game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was crazy. Yeah,
so if anybody didn't watch it, I will tell you, especially if you had money on the Pirates or Paul Skeens to get a win, essentially the bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. They were down 1 run. Guy hits kind of a little dribbler to third. The guy's probably not going to be able to make the throw to first. The runner from second is running to third. He has no choice but to run in front of the guy defending because it's either that or he runs into him. He does not make contact. They claim he made contact with the glove and called interference and called him out to end the game. When they showed the replay like 8 times, he made 0 contact with the guy. The guy actually caught the ball, and he had no chance of even throwing anybody out anyway. What would they expect the runner to do? Stop in the middle of the base pass and let him tag him out? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what else could he have done? And for some reason, they all get together and just decide to call it interference and call him out. The fielder I don't blame for trying to claim interference because it was kind of the only thing he had because he couldn't get anybody out on the play. That would have tied the game, and then who knows what would have happened after that. But it was a wild ending to that game. I'm glad I personally did not bet the Pirates money line because I would have been real pissed. But Skeens did enough to keep us from losing money, which is all I care about, honestly, in the end. But that is the best bet of the day. Nathan Eovaldi, 6 full strikeouts at -108. We're going to move on to – there's only just me today with the long ball. I'm going Juan Soto again, +310. He is facing Zach Wheeler. He has a lot of history with Zach Wheeler. He's got 54 at-bats, 14 hits, 3 home runs lifetime. There's a lot of history between these two. The wind is blowing out to right. And I think that not for this whole team, but for Juan Soto specifically, he's going to have some bad taste in his mouth after getting meleeed yesterday by the Phillies. That offensive output was wild. It was historic in many ways. I think Juan Soto is going to be locked in today. I think he goes deep against Wheeler today, getting this at +310. And if he can get it out to right, we might be able to get a long one out of him too, kind of like Schwarber did yesterday. So that is my long ball pick for today. And I have some other.
Was Schwarber who was the long ball?
Yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I didn't look, but I think it was Schwarber at 457.
Right.
Schwarber went 456 and 457 in the same inning, which is part of the history that's never happened before, which was wild. I was watching it live. I was watching it live, and I was like, dude, he hit the ball in the exact same freaking spot he just hit it in. And then they showed it was literally a foot difference. I was like, all right, well, there we go. But that's my long ball. I don't know. I know Jen did not have one today, but that is what we're doing for long ball. We're going to go to the marquee matchup, which you did hit yesterday.
Yes.
Which was they both had 7 strikeouts, actually. You could have gone one more with it if you wanted to.
Yeah. And I said I was playing it safe, and I'm playing it safe again today. Only 108, chipping away at those units. It's Peyton Toll and Logan Gilbert. We're all pretty familiar with Gilbert's game. 4 out of his last 5, he's hit the 6 strikeout threshold for the marquee matchup. Sorry, I didn't mean to put my notebook directly in front of my face. And then Peyton Toll, he's hit this in exactly 50% of his starts this year. So it's neither one has much history against the other team. So that's something. I mean, I guess the most it would be Gilbert has 45 plate appearances against the projected lineup today with 15 strikeouts. So not much here other than the name value. I think the name value is really what intrigued me to this matchup, and the numbers that they're both individually at 6+, and then together is why this is the marquee. And I'm going to chip away at those units. I feel good about it. Had a good day yesterday. Yeah,
so Logan Gilbert's he's the one of the 2 pitchers that is off the dead to me list from the Mariners, so I do like him.
Yeah.
Toll hasn't been a lot this year, but he had, like you said, he's been hitting it more frequently than I realized.
More recently too.
More recently. So that's why it's at +108 because of the recency bias with him. But here's another safe one to chip away at the units and get it closer to that even point. And like I said, you hit it yesterday and you hit the +500. It wasn't the marquee matchup, but you did hit an alternate one the other day. So these are starting to come through.
Marquees, man, they're starting.
750 Club is a Phillies same game parlay because I had a 30% boost and I got some feelings about this game, especially after watching yesterday. Phillies money line, for one, the Phillies are starting to pick it up. They're starting to look like the Phillies that we expected them to look like. And these bats on any given day, as we saw yesterday, can put up double-digit runs. And Wheeler just doesn't lose. Like they've won 8 games that he's pitched in. He's 6-1, but they've won 8 of the games he's pitched in. He's 8-2, getting wins when he pitches. So I'm just trusting Wheeler. So that I'm also going with Wheeler 6+ strikeouts. He's hit this 4 of his last 6. I personally think that outside of Juan Soto, I think the rest of his lineup is going to be very aggressive after yesterday. I think they're going to be in their feelings and they're going to be swinging at first pitches. And I think Zach Wheeler can take advantage of that. He's going to get a lot of early strikes. And I think he's going to get a lot of early strikeouts on some pitches that he may not get strikes on because they're going to be swinging off the plate. And I think that without that, he can still get to 6. But with that, I think he's going to get to 6 easily. He may get to 7 or 8, but I love him for 6. Juan Soto, 2+ total bases. Again, I talked about him. He's my long ball today. Him and Wheeler do have a lot of history. He does have 3 home runs against Wheeler. He's He's the one guy that in this lineup that I worry can get locked in and make some contact. The rest of his lineup, I'm not all that worried about, but Juan Soto, I think, has a decent day. And then Kyle Schwarber, how do you not bet the guy after he's hit 3 home runs yesterday? He also has 19 total bases in his last 5 games. Grant you, 13 of those were in last night's game. However, he's a streaky guy, and usually when he hits home runs, he hits them a couple of days in a row. So I'm going to take him for the 2+ total bases here. Got this at plus 828, had that 30% boost, boosted it to plus 1076. So here's the thing. You can't. I didn't want to do all Phillies. I wanted to throw one Met in here. I'm betting him for the home run, so it makes sense to bet him for the 2+ total bases. Everything else feels like it should hit. And I also wanted to bet something that, even though P.D. King's not going to be able to because he's in transition of driving from Florida back to Virginia, he can't bet it. But I wanted to dig it in since he couldn't bet it and bet this one for him.
Listen, Rob, what I'll do is I'll just send you my passcode for DraftKings. So you can bet it for me in Virginia.
There you go.
And I'll just send you whatever. But I officially cashed out everything from Florida this morning. We are somewhere in the middle of Georgia now, enjoying life. But the Wheeler case is the only thing that scares me because I think you're right. I think the Mets are going to be aggressive to make contact. Sanchez had 5 Ks through 4 yesterday and then didn't get a K in inning 5 and inning 6. Killed both Pat and my wager there. I mean, he was on track to get to 8, and I was like, sweet, that should work out well. And then the Mets just started pounding balls into the ground, and that's similar to what Wheeler's going to do. He's going to use the elevated fastball to help him get a few more. But I think 6 is a safe number. If he'd gone any higher than that, I would have been a little scared about it. PD of the day is Chase Burns, 7 in the Reds money line today.
That's fair. Yeah,
So-
I love Chase Burns today. I am going of the. I do think they're going aggressive. I'm going with the thought that Wheeler knows they're going to be aggressive, so he's going to be able to extend some pitches outside the strike zone and get some
Sure.
in there. So I think he's going to be able to take advantage of that some, but I do agree that there's probably going to be a lot of contact also. I just think early on I think he gets strikeouts early, and then they might find it kind of like they did against Sanchez. If he gets 4 strikeouts in the first 3 innings, then we'll be okay, I think, which is what I'm looking for. But that is the 750 club of the day. I feel pretty good about it. Let's see what we got. Right now, I'm thinking Scotty win. 2+ total bases in a row. World Cup bet, baby. Okay, I've got a couple World Cup bets for you today. One's on the tabletop, one's the last call. But I'll let you decide. And Scotty, look, here's what I'm going to tell you about Scotty winning. 6 shots at this course is going to be hard to make up, especially if Wyndham Clark doesn't shoot plus today.
Yeah,
Wyndham
Wyndham has to lose this for Scott.
If he shoots even, this tournament's over. Like, there's no doubt if he shoots even, this tournament's over.
Yeah.
Nobody's going 6 under to win this tournament today.
Wyndham Clark is so locked in. I saw a 275-yard 5-wood go to a foot. Like,
Scotty.
that
Look,
doesn't.
I bet Scotty just before this tournament started to win, so I'm rooting for Scotty. I hope Scotty wins.
It's Father's Day and it's his birthday. Happy Father's Day.
He's going to have to shoot
Thank you.
one of the best rounds in U.S. Open history to win today. That's where it's at. Either that or Wyndham Clark's going to go +4. I don't.
Yeah, Wyndham would have to go. Wyndham would have to go 3 over. Like,
Yeah.
if he shoots anything less than 72 or less, he's winning this tournament.
Yeah, and
Because
that's
I don't
the
think
field.
Scotty
Scotty.
will get to 65 today.
Now, I will tell you that Wyndham has had some history, especially recently, of Sundays falling apart a little bit, with the exception of the one he won about a month ago. But he's been there. He's been in the top 5 a lot in the last month or so, and he has fallen off a little bit. But it would take a pretty big fall off for him to drop this one. I personally think he's got this one.
Scotty had the 2 bogeys coming in late yesterday that killed him. If he was still -3 going into today, I'd feel a lot better. But
I agree with that. Yeah, 3 under with Scotty. Then you only need him to shoot. Wyndham to be like +1, +2, and Scotty.
yeah, Wyndham goes 71 at that point. Scotty just got to shoot 68. That's easy.
Don't get me wrong. Scotty Scheffler is the best player in the world for a reason. So can he shoot a big under number? Yeah. It's just this course, it makes it a lot tougher to do. He can't miss a fairway today. That's for sure. And even when he doesn't miss a fairway, then he's got to be really careful with these greens. So,
Does Shinnecock rank up there with the place that you guys would like to play?
Yes, I'd love to play Shinnecock.
CJ would say yes. I would say no because I'd probably shoot about 250 there. Because I hit in the rough a lot, and that rough is unplayable.
You give me U.S. Open conditions, I will break 90. I don't know by how much. I will break 90.
That's crazy.
If I had to, like, this could be another conversation, but if I ever had a dream course, I want to play St. Andrews. Yeah. That is a place that is purely designed for my style of play. Wide open and the ball rolls forever. That is what I need.
I love it.
Moving on to the tabletop, I've got you first again, and I did three-way split for you, so I didn't have to go to a whole nother screen.
I appreciate that. All right, so yeah, World Cup bet. These have just been from the hip, but they've hit the last 2 days, so right around these odds. Today it's Egypt and Belgium, 2 heavy favorites. I mean, it's just a favorite, and the second one is a favorite parlay. Obviously, Spain is a humongous favorite to win outright. So, but I still did it anyway. Just why not? That gives me a reason to pay attention to the games that the United States will play. For the Open, I just had a thing this morning. It's his birthday. It's Father's Day. Why not, Scotty? And I figured, why not? I don't think I bet him earlier. I'd have to look, but I don't think I bet him earlier. So I'm getting in at 5, almost 6-1. I feel like that's like, why not? And then I did a little. This was actually made one of those pre-made ones, but it looked good when I don't know where I meant to look that up, but I got home and hopped on. I'm not sure. Do you guys know where these guys are? I know I could just look it up, but in the leaderboard, Xander, Cam, and where are the 3 of these?
I'll pull it up.
Guys.
Xander was like 8th last I looked.
Okay.
All right, so
bad radio, but
Xander is tied for 6. At even, so he's 1 shot out of second. Cam Young is where's Cam Young?
Stay tuned from this news from our sponsors.
Cam Young is pretty far down there, actually. He's at.
All right. So Cam probably Cam Young.
Cam Young is +9 right now.
Wow, this course is doing its job. That's definitely going to be on the TV today. Moving on to baseball, I've got Bird. I mean, what you guys are saying about Wheeler has me a little concerned about this, but I like Burns and Detmers to get 7. That's my lucky 7s, and then my 4s. This one probably the best. If you had to ask me to rank them, I think might be the best bet on the board at 130. Elder, and I didn't even really intentionally make this kind of like a loyalty bet, but Elder, May, Wheeler, and Eovaldi 4Ks at +130. I think that's a tremendous bet, just for a little extra scratch that I don't think you have to really worry about that. My cards bet. Oh, I forgot to put I'm still up like 24 units with the cards bet this month. May has been on a roll. For those that are not aware, whether you would like your team to trade for him, he'll probably be on the block, so we can have a conversation about that if you would like. But yeah, he's hit this in his last 5 and all but 3 starts, I believe. So 5 Ks, Walker to get a hit, and then Burleson 2+ hits, runs, RBIs, rocking that today at +178. Then I have the marquee matchup. My other ones are Jack Perkins, who I'd not heard of, and he just recently has been getting starter innings, and he in the 3 starts, he's 2 out of the last 3. So why not? And then obviously Detmer, and then I got Wheeler 6 and David Peterson 6. So that is what it looks like for me today. Good job on the slide, by the way.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to make it fit without going to another slide. So I'm glad I was able to to get this in. Sometimes I'm not the best with these things. Usually Petey King has to make these look pretty, but I feel like I did okay with this one. I got up early enough this morning where I could actually work on some stuff. Yesterday I was late. I'm gonna go into mine. Like we all talked about Chase Burns already. 6+ strikeouts. He's hit 6+ strikeouts in 6 straight. The Yankees strike out a lot. They strike out 8.63 times per game. They're ranked in bottom 10 in most strikeouts in the league right now. Dylan Cease 6+ strikeouts. If this guy's starting, I'm betting him. He has 6+ strikeouts in 7 straight games. The Cubs are averaging 8.26 strikeouts per game. And then Zach Wheeler, 6+ strikeouts. He's hit this in 4 of his last 6. And I kind of already talked about him. Got this. It was plus 176. I boosted to 193, so it's slightly below the 2-1 I wanted at, but it's right there at it. Parlay 2 is a hit parlay as always. Carter Jensen, I've been using him a lot, but he's on 11-game hitting streak with 16 hits over those 11 games. Leon Hicks also got scratched yesterday, so hopefully he's good to go today. I think it's just he was getting a day rest. 1+ hit. He's on a 10-game hitting streak with 15 hits over those 10 games. And then Casey Schmidt, 1+ hit. He's on a 6-game hitting streak with 12 hits over those 6 games. So all these guys have 11 hits or more, or actually no, 12 hits or more. They're all on 6+ hit game streaks or longer. Got that at plus 212. So I also have a World Cup best bet. I'm going Spain versus Saudi Arabia over 9.5 corners. Saudi Arabia might get 9.5 corners by themselves. So here's the thing. I thought about betting that because that would have got you plus like 200-300. So this team, Saudi Arabia has in their last matchup, they were playing very good early, and then all of a sudden the other team was starting to press the box a lot. And when they did that, they end up scoring 2 goals. They end up getting they got 14 corners, I think, in that game because of it. And Spain is extremely good offensively, and I think that they're going to take that recipe and they're going to be pressing the box on Saudi Arabia, which means they're going to generate a ton of shots on goal. They're going to generate a ton of corners, and I think they probably get somewhere around 10 corners by themselves. So if you're giving me over 9.5, including Saudi Arabia, at minus 125, I'm going to take this. I think it's an easy best bet for you to hit for World Cup today. And then obviously I have Nathan Eovaldi, 6+ strikeouts. I do have one more bet coming from this one. Although I think the game might have just started, so you probably can't bet it now. Think about it. I forgot.
I think you need a new slide.
I think that game was early, and I forgot.
Yeah, it's Spain, Saudi Arabia. It's actually 1-0 in Spain right now.
Well, that's okay. When you do my last call, unfortunately, it won't count because it's already started. But I'm hoping for my units as by myself that it hits.
I think you need a new slide. World Cup best bet slide.
Yeah, I might do that. I thought about it this morning, and it was a little too late for that. But that's why I just threw it on the tabletop. But that being said, I will move to the last call. I do have a home run parlay. I got Colson Montgomery, Yordan Alvarez, and Juan Soto. So, first of all, with Colson Montgomery, the man has 4 home runs in the last 6 games. He's got 20 home runs on the season. He's been on a tear. Yordan Alvarez has not hit a home run in 7 days. He's averaging a home run every 3 days. He is way overdue. And he went over yesterday, and the last time he went over when I put him in a hit parlay, he hit 2 home runs the next day. So I'm not taking a risk of not betting him. And then I already talked about Juan Soto, who's my long ball. Got that at plus 5,014. And then I have a Spain versus Saudi Arabia. You probably can't bet it, or if you can bet it, you definitely won't get at these odds. The exact score finished 2-0 at plus 500.
Oh, exact score. Wow, that's a great bet. It's a fun bet too.
Hopefully it finishes 1-0 at halftime. Then we get one. They go up. They'll get the 1 goal in the second half, and we'll win this plus 500. That'd be nice.
PD today for the request in the chat is Burns 7 and Reds money line.
Let's hope they don't have the same umpires that were in that Rockies game.
I wrote what I wrote because I was hoping you guys could explain to me what I did round robin wise. So basically did draw for all 4 games, and I did all combinations.
So 2s, 3s, and 4s. 2s and 3s. I'm guessing with the overall being all 4.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's what? Probably 6. Is there 6 combinations of 2s with 4?
Yeah, 6 combinations, 4 combinations of 3s.
Yeah.
And the overall for 11.
Right. So it's 11 total.
So I guess that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
if you do all round robin, it's 11 total bets.
I'm new to round robin still. That's why. And
So
maybe
yesterday,
other-
when I like the ones I did yesterday. So yesterday for my World Cup bets, I bet everything individually, which is why I showed the individual scores. Then I bet the games individually, which was the bottom total. Then I round robin all of it, which means every game was its own part of the round robin. So even though we hit 7 of 8 and only missed 1, we still missed that whole game because it was that whole game as a whole. But it still ended up hitting a fair amount, enough to where I made money off of it, because I only did like a 50-cent round robin because it was 11 and I didn't know what I was doing with World Cup, and I think it turned in $20-something, so it worked out really well actually.
Again, I'm taking credit for some of that.
Plus it got me close to even on my total win losses on the sheet, so that was helpful. Jen's got anytime hole-in-one. She took the rounds off. She's just leaving the anytime on there.
Nice.
It's going to be hard for a hole-in-one to happen on this course. Those greens are wild. I don't know if anybody saw the highlight yesterday. I can't remember who it was, but they one-hopped, hit the pole, and then the ball rolled off the green into the bunker. It was kind of wild. Poor guy. It's a lot. Those greens are a lot. And anybody like Wyndham Clark who can figure them out, which is why I have a hard time betting against them, even though I really want Scheffler to win because I bet him before the tournament started. So I got him at like plus 600, I think. So I would love for him to win, but like Petey King said, I really just have a hard time believing Wyndham Clark's going to give us up. He's been navigating these greens way too good during this tournament, and he's locked in from everywhere else. So that is it for the last call. Do you have any other bets that you want to throw out there, CJ?
Sorry. I'm in conversation land
you're
in
good.
the car. So love the Reed Detmers play versus the Athletics. The only problem is I'm just giving you my thoughts on PDs. Reed Detmer and A's, but the Athletics are so good at home. It's kind of like, what are you going to do? The Logan Gilbert's a great play versus the Red Sox. The Red Sox have been terrible, so if you want to do a Logan Gilbert PD, whatever you can take to get plus odds with the Mariners win is the play there. And both David Pedersen and Zach Wheeler both have good numbers against their respective stabs as far as strikeout percentage. So you can go either way there, but I would prefer to take the Wheeler just because the xWOBA is better. And his launch angle and exit velocity are better versus this lineup. Pedersen can get in some trouble. Speaking of that, at 720, if you're taking a long ball and you want to have a fun one, Alec Bohm has 2 homers versus Pedersen in his career. He is 9 for 28 with 2 doubles and 2 homers. So, and he's been heating up as of late. So maybe take him as a long ball. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, why not? I mean, everybody in the middle was getting hits yesterday, so why not again today?
Yeah.
I'm also in on an Alvarez, Ohm, and there's one other hitter that I really liked today as far as a homer standpoint, and I'm trying to remember it. Give me 1 second. Let me look. So Taylor Ward, maybe, versus Sheehan. Yeah, Taylor Ward versus Sheehan. He already has a homer versus him in his career in 3 plate appearances. You take all 3 of them and round robin them, so you get all the doubles, and go that way.
There you go.
I am currently betting that because why not?
What a fun day. What a good sports. It's a good sports day.
It is.
The summer doesn't have too many of those, but when there's a couple of them that are like this is nice.
Yeah, and you're getting Alec Bohm plus 630, which is kind of crazy. At least that's what I'm getting on FanDuel. And Ward is plus 570. That parlay's gonna pay well. Hold on.
I don't think there's a better bet as a fan than betting up one of your team's players to hit a home run.
You could have made a lot of money had you took Ozzie Albies for 2 home runs yesterday. I think that was like plus 6,000 or 7,000.
Didn't he hit the walk-off too?
He did. He hit a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the
Braves
ninth.
are really
And
good.
I don't know if y'all heard this stat yet today, which is crazy. The Harper cycle and the Schwarber 3 homers in the same game only happened one other time in the history of baseball.
Yep.
The other time happened in the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, 1932.
Yeah, I heard him say that when I was watching the game last night. It's kind of wild. 'Cause
Garrett hit 4 home runs in that game.
yeah, I was actually watching that game, the whole game, like as it was happening, because there wasn't much else going on that I needed to pay attention to.
Bryce Harper wanted that triple so bad.
I will tell you, I'm not sure if he was in another state and they would have given him that triple.
No, the triple would have happened, and here's the reason why, and I'll give you this.
He was
So-
moving. He looked like a cartoon running away from a bad
The
guy.
reason why the triple happens and the reason why they give him the triple is because he never stopped, and the fielder, granted, ball in his hand when he was probably 30 feet away from second base, but he never delayed, never went for it. Never went for like the breaks or anything, regardless of the throw, and it would have taken a good throw to get him. So that's the reason for the triple.
I hear you. I still think if that was in New York, he does not get that. They give him a double and a fielder's choice, and he does not get the triple.
He looked
Because the throw was never going to third. He was always going home with the throw. He just bobbled it, so it didn't really matter anyway. But I don't think he was ever attempting to go to third, regardless. Which is why I think that if it was somewhere else, I don't know if they give it to him. I personally think he should get it because, like you said, the dude. Not only did he never slow down, he did look like a cartoon character. Like that dude he was not letting up until he got to third. That was no doubt in my mind when he hit that ball. As soon as I saw it split him, I said he's not going to stop. So
he looked like a way more athletic and way more handsome version of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, like running away from something.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want another comp of what he looked like, if you saw McCarty yesterday get the inside park home run off of Paul Skeens, he looked very similar to how Bryce Harper looked when he had to circle the bases and end up sliding it home. Both of them had some crazy runs. I'm glad they gave it to him because for history sakes, I think that he deserved that. He deserved to get the triple. So I'm glad they gave it to him. I would have been a little mad had it been in New York and they not given it to him for all the reasons that Petey King said, but I could see how they could argue not to give it to him. But in the end, yesterday was historic in a lot of ways. That stat that you shared with the walk-off home run, the 2 home runs for Albie, what happened in that Phillies game was a wild day for baseball yesterday. It's almost those stats are almost as wild as me going 7 for 8 in the World Cup. I'm not going to lie. Those are both about as improbable as the other. But it had the first day I bet World Cup we went 4-0, and then yesterday I went 7-8. So maybe I do need to start betting more World Cup. I'm not gonna lie, and then I'll give Pat credit because he wants the credit for it since he's the one that's convinced me to do all these World Cup bets. That being said, I'll move on. Oh look, Karl Anthony Towns. Now he's all capital letters. He made it back on the list. Look at that. The invisible ink is now visible again.
Oh, look at that, Karl Anthony Towns.
I instead of being petty and putting him in all 8 spots, I just put him in all caps. You know,
That's a typo.
No
You
typo.
should actually put him in the 2 hole behind Jalen Durant.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
Right.
because he's not supposed to be there. So it's okay. It'll be fixed.
Back to the units. After the World Cup and the Skeens ladder, I'm at 46 and 50, up 74.56 units. Poolside Pad is at 45 and 103 at 25.
No, mine. I did update. It just it's not on there. I'm up to 32.91. So I will take.
Oh yeah,
that.
you're 49 and 105 at 32.91. There you go.
Yeah. So,
And then
there you go.
we have not.
Mine, I'll have it updated this week.
Yeah, it's
with
fine.
Everything I did.
Some of these
before,
are
'cause I can
not
pull it
as updated. I know me and Pat's are, but Petey King's been doing the Florida thing, and he's driving home today, so he hadn't really had a chance. Jen's will not change until the U.S. Open tournament is over with all her other bets that are out there. But that being said, that will do it for us today. Any other last calls that you have? Yes, Pat.
I just have a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how was your mobile gambling experience in Florida?
Literally every bet, Florida took money from me.
Okay.
Oh man.
Based on odds.
So
I'll do a
1
full
through
breakdown
10.
and a full thing.
-4.
It was a 6 because I won, and they gave me $25 free. So I guess them taking the money away from me was just them getting their money back that they gave me for free.
Fair enough.
But I should have downloaded the Soft Paper app and got $150 in free bets, is what I found out last night while watching the Phillies game. But hey, what are you gonna do?
All right.
Yeah. Well, you live and you
I
learn.
gotta
and
go.
What are you gonna do?
No. And then you start to understand why the previous person who used to be on the show that was betting in Florida hated it so much.
Yeah.
So, Florida, do better. If anybody in Florida is watching, do better.
Just be better.
Just be better. Look, I know that you want to push money to Hard Rock. I get it, but do you have to juice the VIG so bad because you can take advantage of people? I don't think you do. You already take advantage of them in the lottery and everything, and taxes and everything else. Why you got to take advantage of them there too?
Just be better.
Just be better. DeSantis, I thought you were better than that. That's our political statement of the day. Be better, Florida.
Just be better.
But that's it for us. Everybody have a happy Father's Day. I gotta go out. I'm gonna go out for a little while and take my dad to lunch today. So everybody have a good Father's Day. These are where the hot tips for your bet slips.
Yes,
We will
sir.
play you out. You have a great Father's Day.
Yo, we in the game talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.